All right. Well, it's great to meet you. Thank you for taking a minute out for the show today.
Thank you very much for your kind invitation.
Yeah, you bet. So let's dive in. Let's begin our journey into your work by asking you this. 6 years ago, this pandemic was changing everything, changing our lives, changing the world. How did you get through the COVID era, and how has it changed the way that you approach life today?
Well, I have to say that due to the fact that I'm working in a sport environment and with horses, so honestly, it didn't affect me a lot. Just because anyway, I was able to take care of them, so I was able to go into the stable, and it's everything in its open air, so I was not really affected by that. So I cannot really say that, yeah, of course, there was no possibility to go to the shows and anything like that. But thanks to the fact that I'm working with animals, I was able to continue my more or less normal life.
Yeah. So you're dealing with high levels of sport and business in your life. But if we
Right.
wanted to get an idea of what you do on a
Right.
daily basis, I'm going to put you in front of a bunch of 12-year-olds at a school. It's career day, and one of the kids wants to know what you do for a living. How do you explain your career to them?
Well, I can say that I grew up in a high sport environment, and I'm still doing that. And thanks to that, I could develop um, a lot of abilities, not only in sport. I'm working with horses. My primary job is I'm a professional rider, and I work with horses in dressage. Uh, Next to that, I also run my own company, which is done by a lot of things like life coaching or a brand ambassador, or I develop a project for with high brands, and it's a mix of things. But there is one thread that is at the base of anything, and it's the way in which I develop and I work in sport and in my company. So yes, it's a lot of things, but everything is as a line.
So what did you want to be when you were 12 or 13 years old? What was your dream career?
I think that exactly what I'm doing now.
Okay. So are you from the Netherlands originally?
No, I'm Italian.
Okay.
I'm Italian. I moved to Germany some years ago, and then 3 years ago, I moved to the Netherlands.
So, what was it about your childhood that gave you this desire to have a high level life in sport and in business and to do all of these diversified things? What did you learn from your environments or from the world that made you get to this point?
Well, I'm an ambition person, and I really like adrenaline. It's what is making me living every day, and I choose a sport which is making me under pressure almost every day. Also, because you don't have to forget that I'm doing a sport with an animal alive of 700 kilos. So, yeah, it's every decision I have to make, not only in sport, but also in business. It's something that I cannot hide. It's something that I have to do like in seconds. And it's something that I really like. I really enjoy also to put myself in under challenge, under new things. And I have no fear to face something new. Also, because thanks to the fact that I grew up in a sport environment, I've learned that you don't have any kind of certainty in life, not only in sport, not only in business, but just only in life. So you have to be able to adapt yourself to new situations, to what life is bringing to you.
So, what is it about horses? What impelled you to like horses in the beginning? How has that become a central part of your career?
Well, I have to say that I really like any kind of sports, and I practice almost everything. And as first thing, I was a dancer, a ballet dancer. And then I met horses, but later, I was a teenager, 17 years old or something like that. And I started, and I always had a really good connection with animals. And so I just fell in love with horses. And as I said, I'm ambitious. So I wanted to become better in what I was doing. And I want to put myself under a situation where I could show that I could be good in what I was doing. So I started to make shows, and I started like an eventer. And then I went to show jumping. And then in my heart, there was always dressage, and it's what I'm doing.
So, the one
Thanks to my horses, I was also able to travel all around the world with them. And I've been in Florida for 3 years. I've been in Qatar. I've been really everywhere. And I could attend the best show ever in the world.
So let me ask you this. Growing up, what was one of the first really big sporting events that you witnessed that laid a good impression in your mind, that gave you that adrenaline as a spectator?
As a spectator, I think I was at the World Equestrian Games in the Netherlands, in Den Haag.
Okay.
And there I said, I want to be a good rider. So I started that my career had to be something like that.
So when did you realize, was there an award that you won? Was there an event that you won where you realized this was your destiny? Or has it always been in your mind that this was the life that you were going to live?
That was always in my mind, honestly, to be honest. There was not a special event that I attend or I won or I had success to, but it was something that I really wanted. So, um, also because the empathy that you have and the connection that you have with your horses, I don't know, it's something really unique that you have to try because it's making you calmer, it's making you also really responsible because it's not something, it's an animal that can't catch by themselves the food, but you are responsible to them for their health, for their routine, daily routine. So it's something that I wanted to do and I had the pleasure to do. And yeah, it became my work.
So, who has been that inspirational force in your life, that hero that's allowed you to evolve and to grow and to find this level of success and career satisfaction?
In the Western world or in general life?
Just it could be someone in your family, it could be somebody you look up to, somebody in the sporting world, anybody and everybody.
Well, first of all, I have to say first of all, I have to say for sure my father, because he was an example for me. He is an example for me, and my life was just only built on the fact that I wanted to show him that I was good as him, because he was really professional in his work. He's retired now. And he was really, but really a genius in anything he was doing. So I wanted to be like him, exactly like him. So for me, it's important to make everything to make him proud.
So, let me ask you this. If you could meet anybody on the planet right now that you admire, that you look up to, that might help you on your journey, Is there anybody on the planet you would love to meet and talk to?
Mm, Probably Julio Velasco.
Yeah.
Julio Velasco, for me, it's a very good mentor, and I've learned a lot from him, from his mindset, and for the way in which approach the daily life and everything that you can face. And from him, I've learned how to be able to handle the situations that we can't expect. And I've learned how to adapt to any new circumstances that we are going to face. So, yeah, I hope that one day in my life I could meet him personally.
We put it out in the universe, so we'll see what happens. So,
Yes.
so let me ask you this. What gets you up every day and motivates you to operate at a high level, to do what you do well, to take care of your soul? What is that for you every day? All of that energy.
It's something that I really have inside. And waking up and I know that, every day is mostly the same regarding the horses. Uh, every day that I arrive in the stable and I can see my horses and I can start my routine, then it's making me full of energy, and that's enough to give me the push to go through everything every day. Because at the end of the day, if you think I'm doing something that I really like and I really love, and it's my work, it's my job, but I can't say that it's a work. It's a passion that I can make it as my work. So yeah, it's some I can feel privileged because I'm doing something that I really love.
So let's say you have a dream tonight. You ran into a 16-year-old version of you and you walked into a room and you hit play on a film projector and your life in 60 seconds, the highlights came up. Would that young version of you believe that your life turned out this way?
You know what? I've worked to have this kind of life. So I would say yes.
Would you give any advice?
I can just only, yes, I can only say that what is important and what made my life successful like it is now is that I built everything in a structured way. So I could rely to my values, to be honest with myself, and yeah, thanks to this, I could grow up and I could build what I'm doing. So I would say just build a structure, way, stable, uh, to which you can rely on.
So if you walked into a room of everybody that knows you in a business sense, that everybody that knows you in your different professional capacities, and you could walk to a podium and tell them a fun story about you, maybe one of the most seminal moments in a competition, or a wonderful place you travel to, the first concert you ever saw, jumping out of an airplane, a fun story that you could tell that room that might humanize you a little bit more. What would be a fun story you would tell that room?
Yeah, well, I would say that I was platinum blonde one time for one period, but this is my natural color. But inside, I promise you that I'm totally blonde. I can tell you that I'm really focused from the outside, but inside I'm really a chaos. I can, but that's there is not a specific episode, but I can just tell you that I mix up and I cannot recognize my own car almost every day. I'm trying to jump in the car of someone else. Also, if someone is inside, I'm just like this. But yeah, when I start to work, when I have to do something, then I'm just like this. But
Totally.
I'm really a house inside, honestly.
I love it. So let me ask you this. Of everything that you've done, accomplished, and evolved to, what are you the proudest of, the happiest about?
Um, the proudest is how how much I have learned to look after my horses by myself, and the connection that I can create with them, especially with difficult horses. This is something that I'm really proud of. And I'm really proud of the collaboration and the projects that I'm building up for sure. Also, that is one really important point. But yeah, what is touching me more from the inside is the stability that I was able to build up in the time.
So, what do you like the best about living in the Netherlands, and what do you miss about living in Italy?
What I okay for the work, I really think that the Netherlands is the best place where I can develop my work with horses and with my company. And what I'm missing about Italy, Italian food and the Italian weather, for
Yeah.
sure.
So, Sylvia,
Because here the weather is like a
yeah,
little bit like not
yeah.
very good.
Where were you at in Italy?
In Milan,
You were in Milan, okay. I've my relatives came from Naples and Shaka to Ellis Island in New York,
okay?
so my dad was full-blooded. So I did actually, I've been to the old country a few times. I flew through Milan when they were
Yeah,
having a furniture convention that I didn't know anything about.
yeah.
And I
Salone
couldn't,
del Mobile is called.
yeah, I could not get a room. I couldn't do anything. Made my way to Florence and Rome. I was actually in the back of a water taxi on the morning of September 11th, 2001 in Venice, Italy.
Oh,
So I had to find my way back to America. I went through Cinque Terre, Vernazza, the poor man's
yeah.
Riviera. It's beautiful over there. So,
It's
um,
fantastic over there, right?
yeah, yeah, it's beautiful. So let me ask you this. Everyone has a perception of you. Family, friends, fans, colleagues, all these bubbles of people, but you run the show. What's your perception of you? Who do you think you are?
I think hmm, that's a tough question. I'm running the show, and I think I can handle different situations all together at the same time. I'm multitasking, but deep down, I really think that nobody really knows me. So I don't think, also because it's something that I don't honestly reveal. And so I think that a little bit of fear, a little bit of that. Some people have ideas, which is absolutely fine. But I don't really think that they know me for real.
So, if anybody wants to delve further into your world of everything that you're doing, where is the best place for people to go?
You can find a lot of things on my blog. And also there you can see a little bit of chaos, but in a structured way. You can find a little bit of fashion, a little bit of lifestyle, a little bit of leadership, a little bit of horses, a little bit of everything about me.
Okay.
So there you can find anything.
I will put that link in the show notes. Sylvia, it's so great to meet you. Thank you for your story. Thank you for your time. Best of luck with everything.
Thank you so much for your kind invitation. And it was really a pleasure to have a talk with you.
Absolutely.